Sorry guys, welcome back. We're really having some technical issues today, but Emma is still here. She's not gone anywhere. And you were talking about the Christmas markets there and the fact that there are 220 stores there this year, and it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic this year. Following the COVID-19 pandemic, we did have the markets in 2021, but they were a bit quieter. Even I felt that they weren't quite the same, but this year you can really see that they've ramped up the gears and they've really tried to make it magical for everyone. I mean, like you say, with the 220 stores, there's something for everyone. You've got some food, you've got all your mulled wines and your hot chocolates. I mean, I had one with a bit of Baileys in it. It was very tasty. And you can do a bit of shopping for your Christmas presents. I saw one store with loads of crazy hats. I mean, it was very intriguing. My favourite part overall, though, just was the atmosphere of the Christmas markets. There's a real buzz in the city centre this year that's getting people in the Christmas spirit for the holidays, which just makes me so excited. And there was an ice rink there this year as well. I mean, I didn't personally have a go because I'd probably be like Bambi on ice, but people were really going for it, whether they could skate or not, and you could see they just didn't care. And it was really fun, really just a happy thing to watch.
Yeah, and that's it. It's about not caring. I don't think you'll get me down on those ice rinks, though. I'll be going for the food. And if people want to know more about the festive food and drink, what do they have on offer?
I mean, they've got the Christmas classics. The infamous Yorkshire pudding wrap is back this year, filled with a delicious roast dinner. I'm still yet to try. I don't know if you have, but the queue for that store goes all the way around Exchange Square in Manchester, which really shows its popularity. But you've got the hot dog stands from similar to the German Christmas markets over in Cologne, for example. You've got different cultures. I saw a Korean one, I saw a Mexican one, a real variety for people. There's loads of mulled wine, different flavours as well. I also snuck in a little prosecco when I was there. So vegan and gluten-free options as well. So honestly, whoever you are, whatever you like, there are loads of options for you at the Christmas markets.
Yeah, I do for the food, but you're for the drink. That's not the only Christmas event that you to. Obviously, you've been getting out and about. There's a lot of other Christmas events taking place in Manchester, and another one is the Light Festival in Heaton Park.
Oh, it's absolutely cool. It's lighting up the night again this year at the park, like you said. It ends on the 2nd of January, but there is still plenty of time for you to get down there with family and your friends. And here's a preview of what is in store for you.
Lightopia 2022 is officially underway for Manchester this year at Salford's Heaton Park. With a 2-hour-long route which is lit up brighter than it ever has been before, this is a night for you and your family and friends to all enjoy. After kicking off on the 24th of November, the new trail for this year has so far seen hundreds of people amazed by the dazzling installations and immersive experiences. But no need to worry drivers, there are plenty of places to park your car which you can always pre-book for just £5 on the Lightopia website. The route is accessible for everyone, so parents, you can still push your children in their prams if they get a bit tired of the walk. Just remember your gloves, scarves and some waterproof shoes that you don't mind getting a bit muddy.
If you are feeling a bit bubbly, you can come down and sit in this lovely tent with your family and your friends. You can have a drink. I got a Prosecco, but I've already finished mine. You can have a mulled wine, you can have a hot chocolate and just a bit of a relax before you carry on around the rest of the trail of Lightopia.
Children's tickets cost just £11 and adults can go for £17.50. Family tickets are also available, with infants going for free. This light adventure is heaps of fun for people of all ages, providing delicious foods, tasty drinks and a playground of rides and games for everyone to enjoy. We spoke to some visitors of Lightopia and got to know what they thought of this year's event.
Let's just go, COVID's over,
and
it's time to get out.
She brought me and I was like, really? And now we've come, I'm like, yeah, no, that was amazing.
Yeah, I felt like I was 5 again, it was brilliant. Everything's sparkly.
I'm excited to see the lights.
The different designs and like formats. I mean, you can already see there, like there's a lot of intricate work that's gone into it.
Actually, the food is really good.
Yeah.
For like a van catering service, it's not bad, and the prices are pretty good as well.
This is the 2nd year that we've been, and yeah, we really like it, don't we? It's colourful. I like all the diamonds and stars.
As you get close to the end of Lightopia Trail here at the Heaton Park Pond, you'll see a lovely light show for you to watch, just for you to relax at the end of the trail and enjoy the end of your evening.
Thank you for joining us on this adventure around Lightopia Park, and back to you, Will.
That was a real treat for all ages there, Emma. How did you find it, and how can we get tickets?
I mean, there are many different ways that you can find some tickets for Lightopia. My way that I found was through their social media site, predominantly on Instagram, but that does lead you to their website where you can buy, like it said on the video, you can buy the adult tickets, the children's tickets and the family tickets, where you can also access your parking tickets for £5. But regardless of the parking as well, I do want to mention that Heaton Park is very accessible for everyone across Manchester and the whole of Greater Manchester. As
Merry
right
Christmas.
at the entrance of Heaton Park is a tram stop. So even if you can't get there by car, there are many ways that you can still find your way to Lightopia.
Yeah, and we saw that there were other things going on there, not just the light trail as well. You were on the Prosecco again, weren't you? You know, how was that? You know, is there more things that people can do? What is on offer for them?
I mean, as you can see in the video, there was almost like a small amusement park basically, which really did get me excited. I mean, I can't say I am necessarily someone to go on those rides. I am a bit afraid of them, but there were options available for people of all ages, even your small little children. They could get involved with everything on offer. There was some arcade games available for everyone as well. I'm not sure what you call it, but like hook-a-dirk and things, just something for all the family to enjoy. And there was actually a virtual reality experience as well, which looked really fun and exciting, where people could put their virtual reality headsets on, and it took you on a sleigh ride through the sky, which I think is perfect for Christmas time, and especially to get kids into the Christmas spirit just before they break up for school in the next few weeks.
Yeah, thank you as always, Emma. Now, sticking with the Christmas spirit, earlier this week we got the team together with our resident chef, Vintol, to try out some mince pies. Here's how we got on.
Chef here at Mancunian Matters. I brought these lot along to try on some mince pies. Now, it doesn't matter your budget this year, there's some belting mince pies going about, whether you're Aldi, Lidl or Marks and Sparks, there's mince pie for everyone. What do you think about this year's mince pies?
I'm actually most excited to look at the Greggs ones, to be honest.
They do look good,
Greggs ones look good.
I can't lie, if Mustafa Trials were coming to Manchester, this is what it would be.
Should we get stuck in?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So should we start with one of the Greggs ones?
Do it, yeah. I'm actually a little bit convinced that these might be the best ones, you know. Because sometimes these ones overdo it, amaretto and that, you know. Do it. Go on.
No, that's honestly, that's not normal.
I feel like you shouldn't do the sniff test before you eat one of these.
There's that sugar all on your face.
That's
It's interesting, isn't it?
yeah.
I want to get stuck in as well.
I like that one.
That's the most classic mince pie though.
Yeah.
I think of all of these, that's going to be what you think a mince pie is.
What would you give out of 10?
I'd give it a good 9. How's the girl with the gluten allergy feeling?
Honestly, I was right about the most sugar try.
Tesco fine.
These ones have already been opened. Someone's been having it.
I'm always a supporter of Tesco, so I think the Tesco ones are going to be the winners.
We love a bit of Tesco.
Paul's been yamming on these already, so they must be good.
I'd like to just point out this beautiful art on the front.
I know, we're going for a bit of a...
These camera, they're nice.
I can't pull that back.
Did you look Christmassy there?
They're very nicely decorated.
They're really nice, they are.
I feel like because they're so nicely decorated, we could maybe just leave them and look pretty.
What we on here? Marks and Sparks.
I'm not Marks and Sparks. Here we go.
Someone's been pushing the boat out.
Come on, big spender. Come on, big spender.
Ooh, I didn't like them.
How deep are your pockets?
I don't like any of them.
I'm with you on that one, Nicole, they're nasty.
These look a bit basic actually.
These good,
don't they?
Where's the sugar on
Tesco
top?
Finest has been evident. Marks.
These are petite.
Get yourself in there, get yourself in there.
These look also boring. Where are these from?
Lidl, but you've got to take into account price, and I think these will be surprised.
Yeah. M&S and Lidl ones are similar.
Just to say about the M&S ones, they've tried too hard. Do you know what I mean?
They're thinking about it too much, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's two many different
Think about
elements in
Greg.
there.
Greg's know what the people want. Greg's know what the people want.
Especially with
Come on then, come on then.
Here's
Come
two
on.
cancelling mince pies.
Oh, best of last.
the best.
Better not
There
let
we
us
go.
down.
There we go.
Where
Where
are
are
these
these
from?
I don't think there can be a best
Aldi.
of those guys.
Aldi.
Aldi.
They look the best, but they're from Aldi.
What are they?
Aldi's usually
Slow
on
gin.
top.
Slow gin mince pies.
These look home baked.
These are
Oh, they don't even have foil.
Not a cake. Oh.
Saving money there.
Someone sat on them?
Classic.
It's not a pie, really.
This one looks more like one of them frangipani things that you get in Lidl.
Yeah, but it looks like you could like knock on it.
Oh, that's really nice. That is really nice. Right, it's got alcohol in as well, so.
I can smell it. I'm drunk.
Oh,
Aldi's the winner, guys. It's the first one I haven't wanted to spit out.
you're thinking, what was your favourite one of the selection we tried?
Out the selection, Aldi, definitely.
Aldi.
Why? Why do you like Aldi?
I didn't want to throw up eating it.
I like Greg's most definitely. Simple, classic mince pie. I think you like
I'm not
Aldi
even George, I'm here to serve.
I'm still eating this one, so yeah.
If
Yeah,
you
Aldi,
Guess
definitely.
which one Will likes? No, absolutely not. I'm not even entertaining this. They were all nasty.
Aldi for me.
If you want an expert opinion, the
very
mince
easily
pie.
pleased.
Yeah, if you want an expert opinion, the mince pie that takes the award this year has got to be Tesco. It's classic, simple. They are the best. They just resemble an everyday mince pie.
Now, earlier in the show, we asked you for your opinions on Harry and Meghan's documentary, and we've got an update on the results on our Twitter poll, and it actually appears that the majority of you really did love it, so maybe it is something that I'm going to have to be watching. But now, from that TV show to Festive TV, we've been joined by our queen of the screen, Carly Nuttall.
Hello, hello, hello. If you are under the age of 40, you won't recognise this. This is a magazine. It's the Radio Times, and this is the Bible to Festive TV. I've got your rundown of what's on over Christmas. Everybody will know about this because of their grandmas, but Strictly the final's coming up. I know my grandma in particular is looking very excited for it. But who will take home the Glitter Ball trophy this year? My predictions are national treasure, Helen Skelton, but you will have to wait until the 17th of December for that one. Will Ferrell is the icon of Christmas, and we all love the film Elf. It's my favourite Christmas film of all time, and he's back on our screens this year with the film Spirited on Apple TV+. He's joined by another Hollywood actor, Ryan Reynolds, in a modern retake on Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol, which he plays the ghost of Christmas Present, and is going to retire. He looks for a man who is unredeemable to try and keep his job. We'll see how he gets on with that in the Christmas. The Snowman, another iconic Christmas film, turns 40 this year, and Channel 4 have chosen to honour this with a documentary of how the film was made, how the story came about, and how it was filmed. Of course, after the documentary, the iconic film will be played after, along with the spin-off, The Snowman and the Snow Dog, which was animated by Lupus Films, owned by Camilla Deacon and Ruth Fielden, who I went to speak at Manchester's Animation Festival earlier this month. They won the Legacy Award at the Manchester Animation Festival, as they are turning 20 this year and have made an array of interesting and brilliant children's movies, such as The Tiger Who Came to Tea, to name another. This is the first year King Charles III will debut his Christmas speech after the Queen's passing away earlier this year. It's not so entertaining, it definitely isn't to me. If it's not to you, then you can go to Channel 4 for their alternative Christmas speech, which will air at 5:25 on Christmas Day. I think this year it will be Jill Scott. After last year we had a sportsman do it, Tom Daley. Who do you think it's going to be, Will?
I'm not too sure. I think it could be Martin Lewis. You know, with the cost of living crisis is a real big thing at the moment, so it'd be good to have him on and, you know, to get his thoughts, a real alternative Christmas speech. And I do love a bit of festive telecarly, but I'm sorry, for me, it is going to have to wait, because all my eyes are glued to at the moment is the World Cup, and the quarterfinals kick off this afternoon with Brazil against Croatia. England are also in action tomorrow in a highly anticipated clash with France. That kicks off at 7 p.m. And how do you think they're going to do, Carly? Because that's the question on everyone's mind.
Optimistically and very biasedly, I do think England are going to win this game, and I think they are going to bring the World Cup home. I think it is coming home. I know you have other opinions, but I think it is. I think, of course, France by far is the hardest game for both teams. I think for France, it is their hardest game, definitely for us. But I have hope that, because so far we've seen France play very much on the front foot, a very attacking style of football, whereas the teams they've had to play have went very defensive. They just couldn't contain France. They are an amazing team. They were too good. France won't be able to play like this again. So there's, of course, in the media been the narrative of, can Kyle Walker contain Mbappe? And for some reason it's now Kyle Walker against Mbappe. It's England v France. Kyle Walker has faced Mbappe multiple times in the Champions League and has proven that he can contain them. Although England will also not be able to play their usual style against France.
Yeah, and you go on about Kyle Walker versus Kylian Mbappe, but you've also got to look at, France have got to contain our players. You look at Marcus Rashford, who's in great form, Harry Kane, and Phil Foden. Jude Bellingham as well. We haven't even talked about him. There's just so many that France have to deal with, and I think people do underestimate England in terms of the talent that we do have. And I know I have been a bit pessimistic, and I will get into the shirt when I'm down the pub and I'm watching it. But I do think we may be in for a penalty shootout, but that's all to come. And
it'll be a late game.
Yeah, it'll be a late one. Whoever gets there, and if we do win. And you've been speaking to actually a former England international, Wes Brown, haven't you, and getting his thoughts?
Yes, Wes Brown was hosting the fan park event at Love Factory earlier in the month, and I went down to speak to him on what he thought England's chances would be.
On our day, I think we're capable of beating everyone. Experience from end of last season as well, from the Euros. All the players know each other very well. So I think we've got a good chance. But when we do get to play the better teams, it's whether we can keep our composure and be confident. And that's, always key.
And we heard from Wes Brown there and his thoughts on whether he thinks England will do well. But what have the fans been thinking?
The fans, a lot are very pessimistic. It's always the way you can't get too hopeful because you do not know how it's going to go. I went to see at Love Factory what the fans were thinking also.
Tensions are running high for England fans ahead of Saturday's quarter-final fixture against France. I went to find out what fans in Manchester thought of England's chances so far.
Realistically, we're going to win it, of course. Yes. No doubt whatsoever. Probably find out a lot today as well, depending on how we line up and how positive Southgate is his formation. We have the quality to go far, but depending on if we're pragmatic, or if we're up for it, I say semis. If we get semis, it'd be an achievement. I'd be happy with that. It's England, you never know.
Yeah, and that was what the fans had to think there. And it looks like they're having a ball. I'm quite jealous, actually. I wish I was there myself. One player that the whole of Manchester will be cheering on is, of course, Marcus Rashford, our very own Marcus Rashford. And he's already got 3 goals. It's 3 goals and counting, and he really could be in line for the Golden Boot, couldn't he?
Well, if the Golden Boot came to Manchester and we got the win, I don't think there could be a better outcome on the 18th of December. There will be a lot of tears coming from me. Very happy ones, of course. If we lose, there'll be sad ones. But 3 goals in a World Cup after his previous season last year, obviously I'm a United fan, I wasn't too pleased with him. He came back this season for United and in the World Cup, an unbelievable game. I did not have an inkling he was going to come like this.
Yeah, I must admit, I didn't either. Gareth Southgate has been saying how much of a changed player he is compared to the Euros last year. And when that free kick went in, when he scored that free kick, God, I was up off my chair, cheering louder than I ever have cheered. We
were screaming, we were both up for it. It must be the engagement. I think his personality is on a complete overhaul, and with Mbappe only 2 goals ahead of him. Obviously, we have Saka as well, competing for the Golden Boot, but I hope Marcus gets it. I'd be unbelievably proud for it to come to Manchester.
Yeah, it's been a really exciting one. And the fans and Wes Brown also had thoughts on who they think will get the Golden Boot, didn't they?
Yes, Wes Brown didn't think Marcus Rashford would get it, but you can see what he thought now.
Yeah, the Golden Boot. What a good question. I think Harry Kane's got a really good chance. And then you've obviously got Ronaldo and Messi. Mbappe, there's a few you can choose from there.
Harry Kane. Yeah, probably Harry Kane. He's the best striker in the tournament, so if he gets a chance, he'll take it from a penalties. He's going to score then. He won't be sure.
Yeah, and Carly, thank you so much. We will find out on the 18th of December who wins the World Cup and who takes home the Golden Boot. But the winter temperatures haven't put the England fans off. It might not be beer garden weather, and we are in for a cold spell this week. Here's Emma with your latest forecast.
You join me in St. Peter's Square for today's weather update, and it is going to be a chilly one. Don't let the blue skies deceive you as we set into the weekend this Friday evening. It is set to be dry but cloudy, and on Saturday morning there is a weather warning for ice, so please do be careful on the roads if you are driving. Sunday is lining up to be just as cold, with temperatures hovering around freezing and below, so if you are looking to do your Christmas shopping, make sure to take your hats, your scarves and your gloves and stay very warm, because winter has officially started here in Manchester. Back to you, Will.
Yeah, it's going to be a very cold one for sure. Make sure that you wrap up warm. And if you were at the Manchester Christmas markets last night, then you might have seen a bit of snow. So we are getting into the festive spirit with Christmas just a few weeks ago. I just want to apologise about the technical issues we've been experiencing today. Thank you for sticking with us. That is all we have got time for. But thanks to everybody for sticking with us. And we hope you have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you soon.